Hey everyone, it's Gil here. We've got my buddy David and my buddy Hayden. Hayden's got this beautiful shirt on. We all got the dad hats going. I know Hayden because we used to coach high school hockey together, and I know David because I knocked up his cousin. So, yeah. David, Hayden, how you doing? Hayden, let's start with you, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good. First time dad as of 6 weeks ago. So there has been little to no sleep in the last 6 weeks, but otherwise things are golden.
Pretty tough adjustment to going from sleeping in a bed to sleeping in the trenches.
Yeah, it's a war out there, but so far we're winning. That's the good thing.
Nice. Hey, there you go. Got the victories. David, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm just hanging out. Kids are older. Life's a little different.
Nice. Yeah, you got older than us. Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing well too. Bauer's just run around. He's going through that vocabulary explosion. He's picking up one or two new words a day, sometimes four. Doctor the other day, and then he picked up shit yesterday. So that was a lot of fun. Not that he picked it up with his hands, he picked up the word. So I'm sure the hand thing, though, I'm sure he's going to pick that up sometime soon. So, all right, this week we're talking about welcoming a new kid into the house. So, Hayden just welcomed their baby into the house. David had one kid and then they welcomed their second kid in. I am, as of this morning, when this drops, it'll be closer, but as of this morning, I'm 30 days exactly. And we know for certain it's going to show up at 8 on that day. It's going to be nice and easy, predictable. That's how it works. But 30 days from welcoming in our second boy. So we thought we'd talk about like what we expected versus what actually went down. And then David can kind of give us a heads up on like what he saw worked. And then Hayden, you're just kind of talking about like, yeah, how things went down. So
Yeah, I got
I think
6 weeks of
oh
experience. I'm ready to go.
nice. Yeah. So I guess Hayden, we'll start with you again. Like what was the biggest adjustment in the schedule? Because you didn't take a lot of time off for work, right?
No, I didn't. No, and we actually had our baby went to NICU for about 10 days. And that was more difficult. Well, difficult for a lot of different reasons, but from a schedule standpoint, it's weird because you prepare for, oh, I'm going to have a crying baby at home and I'm not going to get much sleep. And then all of a sudden, like, then you have to adapt to, wow, I got to like leave for the night and she's back at the hospital and somehow I got to sleep and then get back to the hospital. And it was, so the adaptability was, a quick thing we had to be flexible to. But then, of course, when we got her home, the whole restless sleep did happen and up all hours. But very blessed for that transition back to that.
Yeah,
one
that's a good way to look at it.
one surprise that I guess for dads that haven't had kids, when somebody says they'll be up every 2 to 3 hours, I always thought like, oh, they don't sleep very well. No, they're like that's a clock.
Yeah.
They're up every 2 to 3 hours. So
Yeah.
that was a
It's
surprise.
crazy, man. Yeah. Yeah. David, how about when you guys brought home Brady and then Sawyer? Like, what was it like? How'd things change?
The first time, the first one was pretty much the same situation. Lots of restless nights, adapting to, keeping someone else alive. And then the second one was more challenging in the sense that my wife breastfed, so she put the kid to sleep every night. Well, now the kids had to share her, and we had a rough go for about a week or so of me putting the older one to sleep because he didn't want it. So there's definitely its own challenge.
For sure, man. Yeah, when we first brought Bauer home, yeah, Hayden, I'm with you. Like, I thought the 2 to 3 hours waking up, I was like, oh, yeah, that's just, I'm sure there's some sort of exaggeration there. No, if anything, that was the easy way to put it because it's like, yeah, because you're thinking like, oh, you got to wake up 2 hours, takes about 20 minutes to feed, and then you go back to bed. And I just woke up for kind of emotional support for Courtney. But like that wake up's got to be an hour to 90 minutes where you're awake, and then you go back to bed, and then you're just up again in an hour and a half, kind of. Yeah, and right now we've got all these plans for like, oh yeah, we did this the first time, we'll do this the second time. And I'm sure we're just in that Mike Tyson, everyone's
Yeah,
got a plan
yeah.
until they get punched in the face. Like that's right where we're at.
We
Because we're
definitely went through that.
did you nice? Yeah. Where you got the full confidence and then just minute one you get throttled and you're like, yeah, I'm not ready for this. So yeah, and then from there, I guess we'll go into like the emotional surprises that you didn't expect. So yeah, since I'm going, I'll just start this off. I with Bauer, there were so many emotions I didn't like. I expected I'd get them. I didn't expect them to be as big as they were. I expected like tidal waves, and they ended up being tsunamis. And I'm pretty certain it's going to be the same thing with BLT, Baby Lowry too. I'm certain that it's going to be just the same thing with that. We're going through this kind of weird phase, and I've seen like a few people talk about, but not a lot, where it's almost like grieving your time solo with the one kid. Like we're super pumped for the second kid, but it's almost like, man, we're changing his schedule and we're happy we are, but it's just kind of like this weird, kind of like not a bummer. I'm looking for the right word. I don't want to like have BLTC this years later. You didn't want me? No, we definitely want you, dude. Like it's just a different transition. So David,
Well,
what do you
yeah.
guys run into?
Well, we didn't so much change the older kid's schedule. It was the younger kid adapting to the older kid's schedule is what ended up really happening for us.
Nice.
So we tried to, you know, tried to get them to nap at the same time. That's wishful thinking. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But we found it was almost easier because, as everyone knows that has a kid, babies do a lot of eating, sleeping, and pooping. So they're pretty flexible and all that, and they can't run away from you. They're going to stay there for a while.
Nice. Hayden, what'd you run into emotion wise?
I think well, of course they say like mom's running with a lot of hormones and there's high
Oh, yeah.
emotions there, peaks and valleys, but um I didn't expect to. I mean, you want to be the opposite, like you want to be the stable one of the two, obviously, so you're kind of playing off each other, but I didn't realize there'd be a lot of times where I felt emotion and she would also be the stable one. That was probably the unexpected part of that. Like you kind of it if you work well with your couple, they you play off each other really well, and that part I wasn't expecting. But
Dude, it's wild what the women go through and like how they can just like, all right, I'm gonna go into pillar mode for about 20 minutes, freak out, but be ready for me to like get going again. Hayden, you kind of dealt with it the same way I did, where I David, I don't know about you, but when Hayden and I get nervous, we make a lot of lame jokes. And Hayden, you said that you were told to stop at one point.
oh, definitely, yeah. I've heard it so many times I don't even know which one you're specifically talking about it. But
Yeah, I don't know which one here. I just remember there was a time, 3 in the morning. Courtney is exhausted. She went through like 36 hours of labor, spilt the milk at 3 in the morning. She's crying. This is her breast milk, so she's crying because everyone tells her not to spill it. She's freaking out. And it took everything I had not to say, don't cry over spilt milk. And I'm certain if I did, I wouldn't be here right now. She probably would have just snapped my neck from a look alone. So
well, yeah, there was the last night. There was the this might be too crass, but there was a moment where I was just getting her ready for feeding or whatever, and Katie walks in the room and is like, "Well, should we pile in bed and watch a movie, and you can pop on my breast?" And I go, "Yeah, I think I'll be ready for that, but I'm not sure about Emmy." And she just looked at me very stern, like, not funny,
nah.
not having it.
No, that's exactly the kind of jokes I would make. So, David, were you making any of those dad jokes?
I'm not good at dad jokes.
No, that's okay. Honestly, you're probably much safer that way.
Yeah.
So, all right. Last thing we're going to talk about for this is the identity shift. I don't know about David. You've probably been in it for a few years. So, like, did anything change that? So, one, I think that like I saw like a big shift and then it's kind of like plateaued out. I don't know. Did you see like a change and then that stayed, or did you see a change that showed up for a while and left, or what'd you run into as like changing when you became a dad?
just the whole idea of taking care of someone else. That, I mean, you're married, you take care of each other, but the other person's got themselves still. Now, I mean, we walked out of the hospital with the first one not Christmas morning, the Christmas Eve morning, and it felt illegal. Like they were just like, yeah, all right, you guys are good to go. And it's like there's no playbook. There's nothing. It's just your morals and each other, and you got to support each other. And that was where I felt it the most, I think.
Yeah. Did it change during the second? Were you like, did you see another rise, or were you just like, I'm ready for this?
The
Or
second one oddly felt, I don't want to say easy, but it was like you don't have the fears as much of like all the things that might go wrong versus the first time you're like not really sure what's like if they don't eat in this amount of time or they're not sleeping enough or you're overthinking things maybe a little bit. The second time you were just kind of learn to go with the flow. Kid's going to eat when the kid wants to eat. I mean, it's just all a new game where you got a little more confidence. You've done it before.
nice, nice. Hayden, what'd you run into as like, have you hit that identity shift yet? Like, are you thinking things differently, or
I think the biggest surprise, or maybe where you feel out of place, is when people talk to you and say like, how's the fatherhood, like, or you come out and say something about, yeah, it's interesting being a part of dadhood, like it's a weird, you've heard dad father for so many years of your life, and like that's not you, and then all of a sudden it is you just get absolutely thrown into that club, and it's a great feeling, but you feel definitely have an imposter syndrome for sure of, wait, I don't, I've never belonged to this before. It's weird that all of a sudden I'm in it.
yeah, whether you want to be or not.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. I ran into yeah. So Bauer, I didn't kiss him until like on the forehead till like the third day because I was like, oh my gosh. I told Courtney because we had to stay in the hospital a while. I was like, we're allowed to kiss this baby on the forehead. This is our baby. Like this is us. So I was kind of like in that because for a little while he was just like a celebrity in the room. Like we were like, okay, Mr. Lowry, I don't know about like what you need right now, but I'd be happy to get it for you. Like we are just that pumped. But yeah, David, like you said too, taking care of a whole human. Like I like to think of I heard this quote where genius is the ability to turn the complex into the simple. And I always do that. I try to do that with humor. But like with that, I'm just like, oh, I'm responsible for this person's entire life. Like everything that they grow up to be,
Absolutely.
yeah, is going to be me. And that's a huge thing. But I'm trying to do that with some humor and keep it light, which is totally easy. Yeah. There's no parts of me ever that are like, oh, am I doing this right? Yeah. All right. We're going to jump into, our baby prep draft. We're each going to get 3 rounds. We're going to set up what we would pick as the best tools to be prepped for a baby. Anything's on the table, but if one of us pick it, the other of us obviously can't pick it. We're going to go seniority first. David's going to go. We're just going to go David, Gil, because I've had a kid longer. Hayden, you're going to go last. We're not going to do snake. Hayden, you just get the last pick in every round. So
Least experienced, and you're giving me the hardest job. Wow.
yeah, well, yeah, you'll be ready for it. You got this. Also, we're gonna take our picks first, Hayden. You can just have whatever's left in the pile. Also, when we're done, we're gonna light the pile on fire. Pick through the wreckage, man.
Yeah.
All
All
right,
right. So
David, prepping for a baby. You can pick anything, furniture, whatever you want. What are you picking?
furniture.
Picking
I
furniture.
am. So
Nice.
I'm taking a changing table. Yeah, my back hurts when I change the baby on the floor. I want that changing table, and we used it religiously. So
Nice.
that was my favorite.
Dude, that was gonna be my pick. I'm upset now that I said furniture.
Well, that was my
I'm
pick.
gonna no, that's legit. I'm gonna pick the diaper genie. I'm
Oh,
just yeah, Court gets sensitive to smells, I get sensitive to smells, so the diaper genie is my first pick.
Oh, geez, you didn't leave
She-
much, but I'm gonna choose the swaddle and like the
Okay.
I don't know. Our baby just really calms down with the swaddle. So like if I'm running out of things to do, that's the last like okay, now she's good kind of but I try other things first, but yeah, I'm gonna do the swaddle.
Nice.
Or the
Nice. All
blanket
right.
to the swaddle, maybe is a better way to say that.
Yes.
Okay. No, that's good. David, what's the second pick?
Wipes everywhere, man. I mean,
Okay.
trucks, cars, house, all the bedrooms, everywhere. You can never have enough.
Nice. Yep, that tracks. I'm going with for my second pick. I'm gonna pick, and we don't even have one, but I want one. The countertop bottle cleaner. Like it's like a little mini dishwasher for the bottles. I'm gonna pick that. I wish I had that. So yeah,
That that's a really good pick. That's a really good pick.
thanks, man. Yeah, I stayed up till 2 o'clock in the morning thinking of that one.
Shoot. We have the what's the? It's like a you buckle them in, but it's like very low maintenance, just like a chair for her.
Yeah,
But it's
like a
so what's it called?
Like a baby swing, which
yeah, like a
Yeah,
baby
baby
bouncer.
swing. Yeah. No, yeah. So you put them in there for it. She doesn't stay there very long. She doesn't like to stay there very long, but it's so nice when you have to like. I need both hands for just one task for 30 seconds. Like I'm gonna just set her down, buckle her in, and do that quick. So that's just a mini relief.
Nice. Nice. No, that's a good solid pick. I like that yours are like ours are, I don't want to say more practical, but ours are like situational and yours is like relief right now. Like I think it really shows like where we're all at. I probably should pick one for that. So
that was my third one.
that was yeah.
Now I'm over here struggling. Let's see. Skip me.
You want to go? Okay, we'll switch picks.
Yeah.
We'll switch picks. Dave and I are doing a trade on the floor. We switch picks. I'm moving up. So I'm gonna pick the Binky, just the classic Binky.
Ooh.
Bauer loved his, but more than anything, what calmed him down was like kind of handling it. So the first 2 months, obviously, it's just like pop it in and he's good. But like after that, he would just kind of like hold it and rub it and like pass it back and forth, and that really relaxed him. So yeah, going with the Binky.
I got the other one.
David, you got it. Your
Oh
pick.
no.
A white noise machine.
Oh,
Nice.
dang it. Oh,
Nice. That's
oh.
Did I steal that one from
yeah.
I really got yeah.
Yeah, yeah, dude. Oh man, he knew what it was, but he was just trying to see what I picked, so he knew the worst thing to pick for you to leave you just like nothing. Hayden, it's the last thing you can pick is chicken bones, dude. Is that what you're going with?
All right. Well, I'm a real guys guy, and so I'll say I was so not in favor of the mini pillow around, but the mini pillow comes in clutch for certain like holding and putting in certain positions that I gotta throw it out to my mini pillow. That's a huge help.
You're talking like the one that like wraps around. Is that
Oh
the
yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah?
You could
Nice.
just makes it such a relief. Yeah.
That's perfect. I want to before we do our wrap up and we do our takeaways. I want to say that Hayden is a self-proclaimed guys guy. It's not an official title. He calls himself that, hoping that he'll be like joined in, but it's
Come on.
it's a self-proclaimed one.
Yeah. Let's hear it. Come on. No, really, guys. I swear.
Yeah, no, we'll let you in, man. All right, yeah. So, guys, I like this a lot. I'm gonna go first because it's nice and easy. But my takeaway is, Hayden, I liked like seeing all the in the draft. Like, I loved like these relief ones that you brought because it really kind of brought to my mind like I know he's going to be a different kid, but he's also at a different stage, and I think I overlooked that a lot. And then David, I liked how you were just like you confirmed because I was like, oh yeah, we're in the Mike Tyson phase, and you're like, yeah, you are, man. You're going to get throttled. That's my big takeaway. It's like,
it's always you got to plan.
yep,
and you got to be adaptable.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
it just is what it is.
that is, yeah. David, you got a takeaway from the episode, or anything we talked about, or anything that you like that you brought back up, or
Just enjoy it. It's a fun club to be in, to be a dad, and everyone's welcome. You just
hell yeah,
got to do your best.
nice,
Nice.
Hayden.
I think my takeaway is that although it's hard, it sounds like after the second one or multiples, it gets even harder. So that's I really have
Yeah,
to
it's
prepare
not.
myself for that one.
Not trying to scare anyone away. No.
But the experience doesn't reduce everything. The second kid's just a multiplier.
Right.
It's not a times 2, it's like a times 5 or 10. Yeah.
No, that's
All
awesome.
right. Hey, thanks everyone. Everyone take it easy. Peace. Have a good one. Thanks for tuning in. Later.